welcome to my Sacred Sunday reading. So, for those of you who don't know, Sacred Sunday is the heart of my channel. Uh, it's a reading, it's a reading where I go directly to the heart of source in order to get my answers. Usually, whenever I'm doing picket cards or stuff like that, I'll pull on angels, ancestors, and closest spirit guides. But Sacred Sunday is where I tap exactly and directly into the force. Well, the divine force, the divine source, in order to get my message. So, in short, Sacred Sunday is the heart of my channel. It's the reading that I look forward to the most every week, and I'm so glad that it's back. So now that my ritual is taken care of, I guess we can get into the Sacred Sunday message. So, yesterday, if you guys have watched like the reading that I dropped yesterday, or the channel message that I dropped yesterday, then you would already know that, the Sacred Sunday is coming today. Um, for the Sacred Sunday, the reason why I titled it The Reconnection was because this was like my chance to reconnect with my subscribers during my Sacred Sunday. But also on top of that, and on a deeper note, once I really started thinking, this is my chance to also reconnect to Father. Um, Over the past few months, I have not been keeping up on like my spiritual maintenance. I haven't been praying consistently. I haven't even been able to do tarot for the past few months. Um, so it was kind of just me in the 3D world, like pushing, and pushing. So I'm glad that with this Sacred Sunday, like this is my chance to like actually reconnect with with divine energy and to like do my thing. I I didn't really like get a message or anything for the Sacred Sunday, because the dreams that I've been having have all been like repeating or like similar in theme, and it all tied into the message that I gave yesterday for that channel message. Like you guys know, during Sacred Sunday, I usually come up and talk about the dreams I've been having. Well, the dreams I've been having ties into the message yesterday. Um, Yeah, and I really feel like it's a much more personal thing. Normally, when I dream like on like a global scale, but recently it's just been like a real like personal thing. I don't know if it's also like big for you guys as well, but it's just been real personal. So for this reason, I probably won't go into my dreams because it ties heavily into the message that I gave that I channeled yesterday. So if you haven't watched yesterday's reading, it's the channel message, then you're kind of going to miss the point of what this Sacred Sunday was supposed to be about. Um, which was like the message that I was consistently getting in my dreams, which is that the divine is here to help. The divine is being much more active in lives, and or if you resonate with that reading, it's being much more active in people's lives, and it's a really big thing and a really big deal. Um, but today I'm just gonna pull a different card, pull some cards and see what wants to come out, what Father wants to say. Because, like I said, everything that's like coming to my mind, I talked about yesterday. So let's see if I just close my mind and open my heart. Let's see what message is gonna come out. Is there anything that you wish to talk about? I know I wanted to talk a lot about like my journey and my path here. Now I'm remembering. Okay, now I'm remembering. I wanted to talk a lot about the path to get to where I was at, about the hardships that I had to overcome. Let's see if this is going to come up in the cards, because now I remembered exactly what I wanted to talk about, and I just spent like the last couple minutes just like rambling. But now I remember this was supposed to be about the climb, right? Right. And hello, my one viewer. Thank you for coming in. Let me see. I'm getting a lot of good cards here, but I need to focus. Now, what is it that we should talk about? Let's get this done. All right. So many cards. but I just want this one. Just one. If it comes out, I'll take it. Here it is. Thank you. This is exactly what I was looking for. Which is funny because we have the silver bowl, which is about love. And the first cards that I pulled out today were my love oracles. I don't know if this like I don't know if there's anything going to happen about relationships, but that was definitely like in my heart to pull these cards, and now I'm seeing it. The silver bowl actually talks a lot about how love is like a powerful force in the world. I think I don't see this card too much. I definitely know it has a lot to do with the power of love. I know the silver bowl has something to do with power, but I'm gonna look into it. The heart is open to love. Like I said, I was gonna open my heart to a message. Okay. The silver bowl brings the gift of love and happiness to you. Whatever you have experienced recently will now be blessed with the rays of love and kindness and brought to the heart or center of your attention. This card can indicate a marriage, union, partnership, or celebration is coming to you. This is weird. Like I said in the last reading, like I keep getting the same message, and here it is again, a different message. My messages was twofold about how things are starting to shift and change, and the other one's about like a lover or a very important person coming in. And it seems like it's the same message. I don't know if this is the same for other people as well. If you've been thinking about your health, now would be the time to focus on a healthy lifestyle. Yes. Responding on love when this card appears will strengthen your own heart and increase loving vibrations in all areas of your life. The heart is open to harmony, to love and harmony. This also touches on the message that I gave yesterday about how life is like really shifting and changing. I said that, Father, Spirit, angels, whatever the universe, whatever you recognize that energy and that force as is going to be much more active in your life. And here with the silver bowl, it's just like everything in your life being like tinted, like rose tinted, for the sake of like actually like pulling you out of like any funk or like really bolstering your morale to keep pushing forward. Happy to catch you, life. Like alive, like you me. Yes, hey Jennifer. I was wondering who was watching. Well, I'm glad it's you. Now I'm much more unnervous. Yes. So the silver ball definitely has a lot about like actually painting your life with rose-colored glasses. And I think this is like an important thing because normally most people like kind of hate it, but sometimes you need to like actually just start looking for the good in life. And the silver ball is here to highlight that. There's an expansion in your heart chakra as well. Maybe some of you have like really been softening up to the idea of like getting out and dating again, or maybe just having a partner or a companion has been on your mind a lot lately. With the sword, again, dispelling any like whenever I see the sword, it always cleaves through falsehoods and untruths. The sword is here to tell you that you have the power to like really perceive your life the way that you want it. There's something really beautiful here about love coming in, about how everything is shifting and changing, but it requires a different perspective or a different thought process on your life. Maybe you've been thinking about your life in terms of one way, but now it's time to like actually switch it. Choose a different weapon to see your life. Because at the bottom, we did have the bats card. I shuffled it, but I did see that there was bats at the bottom. And bats represents a rebirth and a change in consciousness. This is definitely about like a lot of shifting. And look, the perception, changing your perception in the way that you see everything. The message is this: your heart chakra is about to start opening and probably even softening a lot more. Oh, no need your family. See, look, thank you, Jen. And this is why I'm glad you're here. The silver ball is definitely a lot about like actually viewing your life with like kindness and gentleness. I get a strong feeling that people's heart chakra is about to start opening because I know it's true for me. I've been crying a lot at a lot of movies and TV shows and stuff like that. I've been tearing up a lot. And this is not a new development. This is something that's been happening. So I know that my heart chakra has been opening and expanding, and I've been becoming much more sensitive. And if you've been in tune with your spirit, even though I was like kind of out of sync with my spiritual stuff, if you've really been in tune, this should be a lot more intense for you. Because I was out of the energy and I'm still affected. But, or maybe I thought I was out the energy. I don't know. Maybe you never really leave, Father. Who knows? Only thing I know is I wasn't being consistent. but I still felt the opening and the strengthening of my heart chakra, because I'm crying during TV shows and movies, guys. I know this is like a dumb thing to say, but I wasn't the type of dude that I would always laugh at misfortune. But now I'm starting to cry and sympathize and empathize. So there's definitely that growth there that's happening. And this growth in your heart chakra is going to have more than one effect on your life. It's definitely going to bring in a lot more warmth, beauty, and possibly even a companion. Because I was drawn to bring in my love cards. I'm not gonna let that go. We're going to talk about love today. I was drawn to talk about it and to bring it up. But this is all about how you see yourself and see your life, and making sure that you take the chance to like really shift your perspective and your perception on what's been going on in your life, and how you've been living it and what you accomplished and achieved. Like I said in the last message, celebrate your accomplishments no matter what they are. And again, this message is being hit on again in a different kind of way. So I wanted to read the mirror card. Don't be deceived by surface appearances. Things are not always what they seem. Feel and see exactly what is being reflected back to you, and trust your perceptions above all. Your energy body has the ability to feel at all levels and often speak to you through a sense of unease or confusion. If something doesn't feel right, look carefully at what is happening before taking any further action. Watch and reflect upon things deeply and trust your intuition. Curb fantasies and idealistic attitudes as you step into the liberation of seeing clearly. Honesty with self and others is vital at this time. And again, it's okay to be optimistic, but relentless optimism, like aggressive, relentless positivity, is not is not the secret to manifesting. You need to be real with yourself, but also have that the strength and the courage to be optimistic and have courage. Optimism and courage is a superpower. Like there's so many. It's so easy to be pessimistic, to be negative, to be angry, to be a doubter. And I know because I was that person. It's so easy and low energy to do that, but the real superpower is being real with yourself, like saying, yeah, my life is kind of shit right now, but I'm still alive. I can still do this. I still have options. I still have moves. There's still things that I can do. I have hope. That's the important part here. So even if your life isn't exactly how you would want it, or things aren't like really, perfect, the fact of the matter is that you need to be real with yourself. Like, yeah, things aren't perfect, but sit down and think about what it is that you can do to like make it perfect. Because like I said before in the last reading in the channel message, you're getting a lot more spiritual assistance this time around. Something shifted, something changed. I don't know. But only thing I know is that, Father is in the mood to be hands on. And I encourage that attitude any day. Please be hands on. Come into my life, please. So, yeah, this is that energy that we're getting here. Like, now is the time for you to like really start thinking about your goals and the things that you want to achieve, and start planning. Start thinking about how you feel about it on like a heart level. Like, is this really right? Is this true to my path? Like, is this something that I truly honestly want? And be willing to hold this sword of hope, courage, maybe even logic, whatever swords you need, whatever mindset you need, be ready to adapt it to move forward on your goal. Now, like I said, I keep feeling something, a message about like love or romance or something like that. And I want to pull one oracle just to see like if I'm tripping or not. Because I know that message is in here somewhere. And I just want to pull one love oracle just to see what's happening here. Because I felt that energy. I know is there of a person, whether it's like platonic or romantic, someone coming in. So here, okay. We have the sacred feminine and the distorted woman, which is funny because both of these things are like really, really pointing to something to do with the feminine energy. Mind you, these love oracle cards are still very, very new to me, and I don't do a lot of love readings, so I might have to like go back into the book for this and like really look into it to really understand what's being said here. But just off of just a quick cursory glance, this is about not wanting to like sit around and like be saved, not playing a Cinderella, but really realizing like your power to attract, the power of your heart. As you can see here, this woman here has the heart chakra stone in the palm of her hands. And what was I talking about this whole time about heart chakra expanding? That power of love. This is so cheesy, but I love it. I really do. This is like my jam. The kind of messages I live for. This is about the power of love and the power of like your heart. Like this is very cheesy, very anime, but I swear to God, this is how a father talks to me. This is the way I get my messages. This is about the power of love, the power of your heart, the power to overcome and the sacredness that you are and the sacredness that you have. This is about honoring your connection with the divine. Because like I said, Father is going to be a lot more active this time around and you want to keep that connection strong. But it's also about realizing that, even as like a feminine energy, even as like, because this is the white. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm looking at this and I'm getting so many signs because this is a reading just as much for me as it is for you guys. And as I'm going through it, I'm seeing a lot of signs as well. This is the white buffalo woman. I know her anywhere because every time any reader have a card or a deck with her in it, she shows up for me. I see this woman everywhere. And I didn't even know she was in this deck. But here she is. This is the white buffalo woman. I know her. She's a famous Native American healer. Almost a demigoddess to them. I know her. And this is definitely about like having that power, that feminine power, that ability to be such a strong shaman, herder of spirits, a listener, a connector. This is why this was called the Reconnection. Okay, this is making sense. It's about reconnecting to that sacred power inside of you, allowing it to fill you up because Father is going to be moving and you need to keep that heart chakra open. For some reason, the heart chakra in your heart is going to be very important moving forward. I don't know why. The next card that came out with it was the Distorted Feminine. The Distorted Feminine is like femininity expressed unhealthily. This is like kind of sitting around being a Cinderella, kind of hoping and wishing for change or that things would happen, but not actually realizing that, you have to get up and do it yourself if you want change. No one is going to come riding in on a white horse and save you. That's what the distorted feminine thinks, that someone is going to save them, that if they just sit here, be patient, quiet, and look like a damsel. Me too. The power of love is all we need. I'm almost crying, not kidding. We just talked about being much more emotional. I'm telling you, it's been happening to me too. So don't feel bad, Jennifer. Like even in that last reading yesterday, I was getting ready to cry because of how overwhelmingly positive the message was. It's pulling at my heartstrings too. They got a big mess to untangle, but they pulling. This is definitely really big energy though. Really realizing that, the power to change your life is in you, in your hands, and in God's hand. Or Father, universe, spirit, whatever you want to call them. The power to change your life is in those two hands. You can do this. I want to read the Sacred Woman now, because now that I know that this is the white buffalo woman, I'm so surprised. I see her everywhere. Everywhere. I really think she might be a spirit guide for me. There we go. The Native American legend of the white buffalo calf woman is closely connected to the concept of the divine feminine. Although it is more extreme than real life, her story does send an important message. In a legend, White Buffalo Calf Woman annihilates a man who thinks he can simply embrace her and calm her like a piece of property. The man who senses her divinity and wild power is spared the same fate because she can see that even though he holds his bow and arrow up to her in fear, he respects her power. On returning to his tribe, the surviving warrior does as she requested and organizes a feast to celebrate her impending arrival. In return, she teaches the tribe sacred rituals and bestows upon them important forms of abundance. White Buffalo Calf Woman brings an important reminder to us today about the potentially destructive forces that are available when the feminine is treated as trivial. In modern life, this applies to both men and women, meaning that women must be prepared to value themselves and act upon this if they want to be respected by their male counterparts. White Buffalo Calf Woman did not play games. make idle threats, or pretend to be something that she was not. She did not compromise herself or her integrity for mere, what was it? For mere physical security or a life that was less than fulfilling. Ooh, speak on it. And by annihilating the disrespectful warrior, she made it clear to all others that her power was not to be doubted. I like her. In modern life, this is played out in a way a woman treats herself and allow herself to be treated. When a woman truly respects herself and acts upon her feelings, men will naturally respect her or leave her alone. When you call the white buffalo calf woman into your life, she will help you do away with self-sabotaging behavior and help you have the courage to do what you know you need to do. And that's the last little bit of nuggets here. The courage to do what you know you need to do. And it's exactly what we've been talking about. The things that, you see that you're being realistic about, that you know that needs to change. This sacred woman, white buffalo calf woman, is here to tell you, like, yes, bitch, you can do it. Probably not in that regard, but I had to gay it up a little bit. She's like, yes, you can do it. Like, believe in yourself, believe in your power. You got this. Don't allow yourself to play second fiddle. Don't settle for less than what you want. Go out and get it. Because it's the distorted feminine that allows you to think that you have to sit back, play by the rules, and be safe to get what you want. I'll tell you this right here, right now, especially in terms of, like, it's easy for me as a man to say this, but as a woman, like, if you decide to be bold and step up, you're going to have to be ready to face, like, obstacles, whether it's people actually banding together to take you down or people just not respecting your authority. Like, I don't envy women in that regard. You guys got it tough when it comes to power and authority. But the last card is abundance. Again, this is all meant to, like, lead you to that place where you feel secure. I thought this was going to be a love reading, but it wasn't. But I still needed my love oracles, and I'm glad I pulled them out. This is definitely about going after the things that you want in your life. Very, very clearly, because we have the abundance card at the end. This is about going towards that thing that, like, really, how can I say this? This is about going towards your ultimate goal. Like, I just want to, like, put a period on this. Like, very, very shortly, very succinctly. This whole reading, this whole message is about, like, you going for the things that you want and realizing that you have support and that you can do it. It's another one of those messages. And they're always important to hear. So, I think this has been going on a good while. So I'll pull some tarot cards to get some more energy around this, just so I can get some context. Because right now this is very general, like, very general message, like, oh, don't give up, believe in yourself, la la la. Let's see what else is here. What am I missing? What's the subcontext here? The Hanged Man, because this feels very, very plastic. King of Swords in reverse. And I don't like plastic feeling readings. So let's get into the nitty gritty. What's really being said here? The Knight of Cups. Last card. Interesting. This is definitely about sacrifice. Oh, wait a minute. I said that in the last reading, that all the sacrifices you make will come back to you, or is coming back. The Hanged Man is all about a suspension, but it's also what I've been talking about with this change in perception, the Four of Pentacles in reverse, right, and the Ten of Wands upright. Okay. The Hanged Man talks a lot about changes in perception and, like, really understanding or having a more enlightened view about what's going on in your life. There's something here about, like, really understanding the sacredness of what's going on. Because this guy here, he's tied to the tree by the Ankh, which is, like, life, which is life force, energy, and divinity and sacredness in Egyptian mythology. There's something here about, like, this sacred divine energy supporting you and changing your thought process. If you really are someone that's, like, deeply connected, you might really, like, over the next, like, week or two, might need to spend a lot more time in meditation, journaling, and, like, really getting down to the root of who you are, because it seems to be very active in on the spiritual side of things, like, very, very active. There's something here about not having to always rely on like cold hard logic or rationality with the King of Swords in reverse. There's a fault. There's faulty thinking going on here, false perceptions, something that's not entirely sound. Or maybe what you need is something that's not entirely logical to like actually work in your life. There might need to be a chance that you need to take or a risk. The King of Swords in reverse is someone who's not thinking clearly, not thinking straight. It could also be someone with a mental illness, but we're not going that deep here. It's not here. This is about like how your thoughts can actually is actually misleading you. You're probably taking a very 3D approach to building this abundance in your life. A very 3D approach. Like, I need to get this job. I need to do this. I need to establish credentials here. But really, I I'm gonna look at the abundance card because I heard that abundance is what you make it, but that's kind of I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. Abundance. Use your existing abundance to create beautiful things in your life, and you'll be rewarded in more ways than you can imagine. Okay. Naturally, you are right to create a healthy level of material abundance too. There's nothing wrong with being comfortable, so long as you keep your pursuit of the material in perspective. Consider whether you want to discuss your salary and bank balance on a first date, or whether you would talk about the wonderful hobbies, friends, and attitudes that make your life rich. Do you want your relationship to focus primarily on money or property, or would you like the focus to be on fun, intimacy, and mutual support? To be abundant in a full sense of the word means to be fascinating, lovable, creative, and resourceful. Yeah, exactly. This is making sense. This is about like how you're going to reach your abundance and how you think about it. Like, are you just going to think about it in terms of like, oh, I don't have a lot of money, so I'm not abundant, or are you going to think of it this way? My life is filled with beautiful people who love me. I may not live in the best house, but I'm somewhere safe where I can go and do the things that I love and support myself. That's abundance. You might not be able to travel to Mykonos every summer for vacation, but at the very least, you are surrounded by people who love and adore you and who you love and adore. And this is something here about really honoring that heart focused, that heart centered version of abundance that's actually going to bring in the material. This is the same thing that I said yesterday. Like, this is the same message, but it's like really given in a much more in depth and roundabout way. I get it. The next card that we ended up having was the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is all about emotional maturity, stability, and also emotional intelligence. I get the feeling like you really are going to have to rely more on your heart and not your mind, because the King of Swords is in reverse here. Your mental logic and stuff like that is only going to keep you trapped. Is only going to push you backwards. And the road forward is based and grounded in your emotions, your wants, your needs, and your desires, and also your spiritual connection. I don't know what to say to people who are not like really intensely spiritual. This might be a little bit more of a learning curve for them. But if you are someone who practices and like really make sure that they keep their connection strong, this next cycle might be a little more effortless for you because you've already done the ground and the leg work. Because like I said, if people want assistance in this time around, you need to know how to connect to your spirit, and it's coming. Like, it's very strong. This might be the theme of the year, connecting to your spirit. Four of Pentacles in reverse is a lack of security, not holding on so tight to your materials. Again, you have to decide whether you want the value of the material abundance more than your emotional, or vice versa. You can have both. It doesn't say that you can't, but you have to decide which ones are you going to pursue more aggressively. Are you going to pursue the emotional fulfillment more aggressively, or are you going to fulfill your monetary fulfillments more aggressively? It's up to you. But overall, this message has been very layered, but it's literally the same message that I gave yesterday with a different coat of paint. With a different coat of paint. So that lets me know that this energy isn't going anywhere. Like, Father, universe, spirit, God, whatever you want to call it, whatever you call it, is really here to support you in this time. Like, do not underestimate that. Do not doubt that. That is a fact. It's coming out too much. You have to tap into that energy and take it to live the life that you want, the life that you can love and like say that, no, this is my life and I'm proud. Rather that's going to be in the form of like pursuing material abundance or making sure that you appreciate everything else that you have to make your life abundant with love and peace. Um, Draw one oracle to leave you guys on, and then I'll close this reading because it's already like 30 minutes. Poised. Come on. You guys are ready. Like, it's time. This is exactly what the poised card is here. It's like, it's time. Whatever this is something that's already in effect. The energy is already moving. Father's already active. And, it's your turn to jump in and get in on this energy. So I think that's the message. It was very, very simple. I enjoyed it greatly, though. Not bad for my first Sacred Sunday back or whatever. I like it. So thank you guys so much for watching, Jennifer, and my second subscriber. Thank you so much. And for anyone who's not watching this live and just watching the recording, thank you so much. I appreciate your time, your energy, your love, and most importantly, your support. Thank you so much and be blessed. Bye, everyone. See ya.